Hi everyone, and welcome to your unicorn energy reading. All right, before we get started with the pile selection, I just want to give you a bit of insight as to what unicorn energy is, just like I did for the dragon reading, because I know that for a lot of people, we're familiar with our spirit guides, our ancestors, our angels, archangels, guardian angels, God, source, universe that are here to help us. But we also have, just like dragons, we have unicorns that are also here to help us ascend and walk along our journey here on earth, our path here on earth this lifetime. So I'm actually going to be pulling the information from my deck Unicorn Cards written by Diana Cooper. And I'm just going to give you a bit of insight as to what it is unicorn energy is. And she's been writing about them and channeling them for many years. So she's what I would call an expert in this field of unicorn energy. So let's get started. When she first met the unicorn energy, she says here, I knew nothing about unicorns other than they were mythical horses. But then the unicorn telepathically imparted information into my consciousness. He told me that they were etheric beings, seventh dimensional ascended horses, fully of the angelic realms. They are aspects of the divine in the same way that angels are. And also that they are white horses which have ascended into the higher dimensions. Just like humans, horses reincarnate until they become perfected beings. In their case, they return to earth again and again to learn their lessons until they become white horses and can ascend in a blaze of light. Then they work with us in their spiritual bodies as unicorns. They remind us of who we truly are. While angels work through the heart, unicorns work with the soul. Their horn can be likened to a magic wand pouring out divine energy. Whenever they direct this light, healing takes place. This is not just physical and emotional healing, but also soul healing. They dissolve and heal the deepest, most profound wounds of the soul, which may have plagued you for many lifetimes. If you are ready, the unicorns can help you clear all karma, whether personal, family, or country related. You must call on them to help. The great ascended horses look for those who radiate a light and have a vision beyond their little selves. They seek people who aspire to help others and to change the world for the better, even if it is just their small corner of it. They help you hold your vision and give you courage and faith to continue in the face of challenges and opposition. They strengthen and steady you so that you have the dignity and charisma to fight for what you believe is right. Unicorns grant wishes. One of the greatest gifts you can have in this life is to connect with your magnificent unicorn, because we each have our own personal unicorn. Unicorns express and always speak of divine love, of God, source, the universe. So that is just a bit on what the unicorn energy is. Now let's get into our piles. We have pile 1 with the golden healer stone crystal, I believe it is called, 2 K2 Jasper, and 3 is Larvikite. So I'll just hold them up here. I don't know if you can see the lights catching them. So beautiful, the Larvikite, the K2 Jasper, so pretty. Okay. And the golden healer stone, again, just lovely. So pile 1, 2, 3. Choose the pile that connects with you, and I will see you at your reading. Hi to those of you who chose pile 1 or this beautiful golden healer crystal. Let's get into your unicorn energy reading. I hope that you had a chance to actually listen to, there is a timestamp for it, what unicorn energy is. Take a look at that if you didn't have a chance to. It's really quite interesting. So I'm going to pull an overall energy card here. All right. We have discernment. And then I will save the 3 tarot for the end with a couple of other oracles. And we will look at these 3 oracle cards right now to see what is going on here, what the message is from the unicorns at this time. Well, I see a lot of green, okay, which 1 makes me think of grounding, 2 calls in Archangel Raphael, right, for healing. And maybe that's what this cosmic emerald is, a source of healing. And I just heard a source of healing for the planet. So, okay, so somehow here I feel pile 1 that whatever it is that you do, whether it be for work or if it's something you do on the side, you have a strong pull for wanting to bring grounded healing to not only yourself, but to the collective. I really feel that you're pulling this energy in, and that this is really, I'm going to say a passion project, but it's not necessarily a project. It's a path. It's your life. It's a way of being. But I want to say that you are very passionate about it. Okay. And it definitely is heart-centered for you with all this green. It just tells me heart, it just wants me to go to heart chakra. And what I want to say here before I get into the overall energy is that I feel that it takes someone with a real vulnerability to be able to do this, okay? To do this type of work, whatever it is that you do. And because of that, and that's where we're getting into the overall energy here, I feel that sometimes people mistake you for and it says not a flower, for a weak, delicate, beautiful little flower that can be easily crushed. Oh geez, that's okay, I'm just gonna go with that because that's what was coming out. And if not crushed, just easily walked over, we'll say. Easily walked over. Yes, I'll put it that way. And that's where it's coming into this overall energy. So for this particular message, pile 1, I feel that the unicorns are bringing through a message of, well, overall energy, discernment, right? And this is kind of telling you that there's someone or people or a group or whomever it is, or someone that you could meet in the future, because as you know, this could be something that is just happened recently. This is something that could be happening now or in the near future. That there's someone that you're going, or a group of people that you're going to have to use your discernment, that you're going to really have to trust your intuition. And even just look at her face here. She's, kind of giving them the side eye, like, what's up with this? Something doesn't quite seem right. So whatever it is, maybe it's something that you're planning to do, because it also says here, keep your dreams a secret. So maybe there's something that you want to do, something that you want to branch out on, something that you want to start as part of your working with the collective. And I don't know if you normally do it by yourself or with another person or group, but I keep saying that over and over because I feel like somehow, some way, there's something that doesn't quite add up, or there's someone who isn't quite as they seem, or a group that isn't quite as it seems. And they really want to tell you to use your discernment here. Whatever your plan is, maybe keep it to yourself for right now. Because it says here, keep your dreams a secret. So whatever you have planned right now, as far as your work goes and what it is you do, you might want to just keep it to yourself for now. And also not to be afraid, it's coming in, not to be afraid to question if you need to. Anything that doesn't seem quite right or above board, or I don't know. It's something you're going to know, right? Staying true to your knowing, like trusting your intuition. Something's going to seem off. You're going to get that feeling, or however you get your nudges, okay? And I think they're telling you it's okay to question it. Again, never is any of this meant to be, you know, confrontational. That's not unicorn energy at all. And I'm hearing right now, no, that's not what, this is not confrontation. This is just for you. Trust your intuition, use your discernment when it comes to certain people or a person, when it comes to whatever it is, this dream or plan it is that you have with helping the collective. So I hope that makes sense to you. It's going to resonate with someone. This message is for someone or a few people. Ask them to help you. It says the calling card from unicorns tells you that they are near. They're always around you. Maybe they'll leave you a feather, right? Because it's the card's a feather. Maybe they'll leave you a feather to let you know, hey, here we are. We know that angels do that at times. Unicorns can certainly do it too. As I said in my blurb at the front, what are unicorns and what is their energy? They are of divine source, just like angels. They are of the angelic realm. So just know that and understand that, and that they'll leave you little tokens or feathers or whatever to let you know that they're around. And also they just want you to know that you can call on them at any time. Now, I hope that made sense to you. Let's look at the tarot and just see if it brings any further clarification or confirmation to what the message has been so far. Okay, so we have Four of Cups, okay, like Temperance, Ten of Pentacles. So right away with the Four of Cups, I'm not going to read it necessarily as the typical Four of Cups. I want to say, in this case, that you're going to be very discerning of someone or some group. Whatever's being offered to you, yeah. If it's something that's being offered to you, definitely pay attention, okay? With this Four of Cups, I feel like it may look beautiful and shiny. I mean, here's this angel with a golden cup, and he is ignoring it. We're not going with the typical meaning here. I'm going intuitively and based on what the reading is. Something's going to be offered to you, and you are going to have to use your discernment on whether or not it is, like I said, above board. Is it part of your path? Is it something you believe in? Is it something that you want to put your energy and focus towards? Okay, because I feel like you're doing something here with the collective as far as healing goes, and it's a dream of yours. So just use your discernment there. Temperance, because you want to find the balance, right? You need to, there needs to be balance in whatever it is that's being offered and whatever it is that you already have set as your goal, as your plan. There needs to be a balance, and maybe that's where you're going to feel like, it seems like a really great idea, but I don't feel it's balanced, or it doesn't feel balanced to me. Okay. And Ten of Pentacles, I always love this because for me, right, it's showing family here. It's kind of like getting everything you desired. And we have it right underneath the cosmic emerald as well, which is your work that you do with the collective. And I think that if you really question, or I can't say whether you're going to choose or not choose what's being offered. You just may have to look into it quite thoroughly before you do choose it, okay? Again, it's going to be your own situation. But whatever it is that you do decide to do, and whatever this plan that you have, this secret, this dream, it's going to be successful in the end. It just may hit a little speed bump here as you're working towards it. So that's it for the main message. Let me just pull a couple of other oracles here just to see. Well, one is actually I think it's called? Oh, it's like a card deck. So it's the 5 of Spades. Okay. Spades or swords. Yes, yes. So the 5 of Swords. See? Right here with this card. The 5 of Swords. There's something that just, is someone trying to pull one over on you. And with the 5 of Swords, I go back and I think of the Rider-Waite, where I'm like, not only that, but, in the end, is it going to be a win-win for everybody? With the 5 of Swords, I don't think so. So yeah, be very discerning about what this offer is. Okay, that's just further confirmation. Now let's just get one more. This is it's called the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle, and I love, love, love it. And each one has a little message. So let's see here. Let's get one here for you, pile one. Pipe dream. Okay. Dreams become reality. We're talking about dreams. It's whatever this dream of healing is that you have for the collective. So this is also a deck that I like to just pull the book on, because there is, with each one, my gosh, a flower, I believe it is. I'm just trying to find it here. I can't talk and look at the same time. That would be called multitasking, and while we all want to believe we're good at it, or at least I do, yeah, sometimes not so much. Something to work on. Okay, so this here is showing, so each one, right? This is a ficus tree here, which is interesting. And what does it say about the ficus tree? That's what I want to read to you, because there's always a great little message. The ficus tree is an enduring evergreen, also known as weeping fig. This popular houseplant is easy to maintain and brings green life to any space. Its natural habitat is in the rainforest, and it is considered a sacred tree in East and Southeast Asia, bridging the gap between human and the divine. On a metaphysical level, the ficus tree inspires the inner peace that comes from strong self-belief and a greater understanding of life's challenges. And I think that ties in here, because that is, you have a vulnerability to you. You have, you're empathic. You understand the hurt and the pain and the, just how hard it can be here on earth at times, right? In our world, how difficult it can be, the different challenges that we face. And this is why I believe you are called to do this kind of work. And Pipe Dream types into the fact that you do have a dream and you want to make it a reality. You want to bring it in and put it in as part of your practice. So I love the way that ties in as well. So pile one, that is your reading. That is what the unicorns have to say to you today. They wanted to tell you to stay on your path, right? What you're doing is wonderful work here. They will send you messages and let you know they're around. They are here for you at any time. You can also call on them. But the main point here in the overall energy is to be discerning around this offer that may be coming into you, because it's not going to feel quite balanced as part of what your dream is. And also for right now, just keep that dream to yourself. Okay, so thank you very much, Pile One. I certainly appreciate your time, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile Two, and those of you who chose this K2 Jasper crystal, this is going to be your unicorn energy reading. So I'm going to start with an overall energy card, okay? And then I also have 3 tarot at the end, which I will read with a couple of other oracles for confirmation, clarification of these messages. All right. So let's get started. So we have overall energy of miracles. I love these unicorn cards, guys. Oh, okay. We have not a horse, direction. Okay, I like that. We have flight. Let your creative imagination fly. And we have Uncord relationships, let go now. Forgiveness is freedom. Okay. Have miracles. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. Your prayers have been answered. Surrender the how. Okay, so first message out just based on that card is we always want to know how. How is it happening? How is my prayer being answered? How is this going to go down? We want to know. We can't help ourselves. We want to know how everything's going to work. And if you're a bit of a control freak, and I can attest to that myself at times, then you always want to know the how, because you feel somehow like you would be in control of it if you knew. So that might be a message for someone right there, okay? But overall, the feeling I'm getting with these cards is that well, as I always say, the cards come out and we have to trust the messages on them. Well, it's called faith and belief, right? So that they come out for a reason. So this, if uncord from a relationship, let go now. Forgiveness is freedom. Doesn't mean you have to forgive them for what they've done. You forgive to let it go. And I know that, that's cliche and people are like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. But it does. You forgive to let go, not maybe the act or the action or the words or whatever it may have been, the pain that was caused, but you have to let it go so that you can move on, okay? And what I'm seeing here is maybe there's a relationship that you've been trying to let go of, or that you've been trying to get out of, or that just needs to be cut for whatever reason because it's not healthy for you. It's not serving your highest good or your best purpose. Okay. And you have prayed. You have prayed to whomever it is that you go to, God, source, universe, your angels, your guides, whomever. Okay. The unicorns. And you have asked for a way out. Okay, for a way to do this peacefully, I want to say. And yeah, without any drama. I just feel like you just want to be out of it. You want to cut the cord. You want to be free to go and move on without any drama. Okay? And without any hurt and pain. I mean, there's always going to be, it's never easy to leave. And it may not be a romantic relationship. It could be any type of relationship. It could be parental. It could be sibling. It could be a friend that you've had forever. It's going to resonate with you. I can't tell you because there's so many people watching, right? How do we know exactly how or what that relationship is, rather? But you've been asking for a peaceful resolution to it. Okay? And they're saying your prayers have been answered. And then we come back, and if we look at the cards, it tells the whole story, right? Like, not a horse, direction. And so to me, just look at this, right? It's pointing, like, if this is a relationship over here, it's pointing this way, meaning you are going in the opposite direction of whatever it is you're cutting away from. And when it says not a horse, you're right. It's not one, it's a unicorn, but just look at the power. Like, just look at the magnificence and the build is what I want to say, of this unicorn, right? So no, it's not a horse. It's mighty and powerful. And even, right here, I want to say the fairy beside this unicorn is even kind of, her arm is going that way. He's heading that way. Even this unicorn is heading that way. This unicorn is taking flight. It says, let your creative imagination fly. Again, we can take that, and I'm going to look into that a little more. But right now, what that's showing me is you are going to find your freedom in this, okay? You are going to find your freedom from whatever this relationship is. and let your creative imagination fly. Maybe that's also just a message, not only of you taking flight, right, and leaving, but to imagine the life that you are going to be stepping into, okay? Or just simply having faith and I want to say even using your imagination. We're not going to know the how, so just give that up. But maybe you can think of how can I express this? How is it trying to come out? It's like being optimistic, being open, right? Your imagination, allowing it to soar of the way your life can be or will become, I think is what they're trying to say here. So let's just pull the tarot out here. I've got them ready. And let's see if it adds any further information or clarification for... Okay, this is just wild. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands or Knight of Rods here, right? Hello, fastest knight in the deck, just full of passion and vigor and wants to go and willing to take chances. And, you know, sometimes it's I want to say with the Knight of Rods energy, it's almost like, you know what, leaving the past behind and just being so passionate about your future and the new adventure and taking flight that you're going to be able to leave this relatively easy. That's what I want to say. The confirmation is here now, right? You know, look at this horse rearing up and this one with all of its power and strength. I think this is a perfect combination of, you know, let's go. It's time to move. And then we have the Magician here, which I also think is just perfect with what I was talking about here earlier with let your creative imagination fly, right? Like, how do you want to manifest? What do you want to manifest for yourself in this new life that you're going to be leading? Pile 2. You know, you have if you take on the energy of the Magician can manifest whatever it is that he, no gender or she, wants. Okay. Yeah, it's so perfect, right? Don't be afraid to think outside the box, even, I want to say here. Like really, really open up your mind and allow your imagination and your heart, open up your heart, your mind, and just let that imagination, that creativity to come in. Okay. And then we have, oh my God, this is just perfect. Okay. We have Judgment. All right. It's believing, it's having a belief that, I want to say, with final, you know, like with final judgment, that everything is going to work out here as you wish it should. And it will, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, right? That both of you will be coming out of this and moving on in a way that's fair for everyone and balanced for everyone. So I love the way the tarot come in and just kind of added clarification to these cards and a bit more message as well. All right, that's it for the main part of the reading. Let's just finish up here with a couple of oracles, and let me see what else the unicorns have to say. This is a beautiful message. And just know, okay, this one here, the 8. Oh my God. It's the 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords. Yes, yes. Okay. Look, the 8 of Swords, the narwhal. It's releasing yourself, right? This is all about taking flight, going in a new direction. It's going to be a miracle, but it's getting yourself out of that feeling that you're stuck and there's no place for you to go. We know that with the Eight of Swords, especially, there's a woman standing there blindfold, surrounded by the swords in the ground, but she could always pick a sword up and move it out of her way and walk out. She can also take that sword and cut away the blindfold. And I think that's just confirmation that yes, you can do this. Your prayers have been answered. You can do this. It's all working in your favor. Just have faith and know that this is all going to work out for you in the end. And then we have this last unicorn card here. Like I say, it's called the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle. These cards are just so cute, but it usually has like some sort of plant or flower attached to it. So, and I love to read from the book because there's usually a great message about that plant or flower. So let's get one here for you, pile two. Pile two. What else do they need to know from the unicorns? There we go. Love spell, attract a lover. Oh, okay. So let's see what that's all about. Okay. I like this. Okay, so one message before I even get to the book that's coming through about this is they're coming through and saying, okay, don't panic if this is a love relationship, for example, okay? Let's get yourself out and get yourself healed, and then you work on this. Everything doesn't have to happen at once. That's what I'm hearing. Everything doesn't, it's not like, okay, overdone, okay, now on to new love, if that's what this is, just in case that's what you were thinking. I'm sure some of you may be, because that message came through. Tell them not to panic. This isn't, like, all right, moving on, because, we need to heal as well when you come out of these type of relationships. So if it is a romantic one for you. So it is jasmine. Okay. So that's what the plant is here. Jasmine. So the sweet and heady perfume of jasmine has long been associated with love, beauty, and attraction. Oh, okay, great. That just brought something through. The tiny white star-shaped flowers pump out an intoxicating scent, heralding spring and the fertility festival of Ostara. Jasmine is associated with the moon goddess and spells for love and sweet dreams. The scent of jasmine invites optimism and confidence and is considered an aphrodisiac. Okay, so for some of you, yes, as you move on and when you're ready, this could be attracting in a new partner for yourself. But what I also want to say here, what's jumping out to me is also the attraction and attracting a new life, a new way of life. 1 and 2, being optimistic and having confidence, okay, that this is all going to work out. Your prayer has been answered. It's all going to work out in the end, pile 2. So see, you never know what's going to be. That's why I love reading. There's a couple of decks that I like to do that with, because, and it usually has something to do with a plant or a flower. One's in a dragon deck, and I do the same thing because you never know what else is going to be in there other than what's written on the card, okay, or what you pick up intuitively. So pile 2, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in your next reading. Hi, pile 3, and those of you who chose this beautiful Larvikite stone, let's get into your having a hard time talking. Let's get right into your unicorn energy reading. So overall energy for the reading, okay, courage. All right. Also have 3 tarot. See, told you. Maybe it's because it's my last one. I don't know. So sorry, pile 3. 3 tarot that we will pull out at the end with a couple of other oracle cards. All right, let's get started here. 1, not a swing choice. Pegasus, open your heart to love and joy. I just feel like I want to say it's okay to fly high, right, Pegasus? It's okay to fly high. All right. And last was your personal unicorn. Okay. And I know because I've had this card for myself. This for you, pile 3, is telling you, just like you have your own personal guardian angel, you also have your own personal, we'll call it guardian unicorn, okay? That you can go to, that's looking out for you, that you can connect to. And when you do, it's going to be a feeling of pure love. Now, what I can tell you is, one of my tells, which I'll share with you, pile 3, is just because it pertains to this, I feel. There are times, like there are certain times when I am going to be doing a reading or connecting with a certain, whether it's the fairies or unicorns or dragons or whomever it is, that I get, for me, I get tingles in my back. It's the only way I can describe it. Just, you know, like not necessarily chills, but tingles, okay? And sometimes just overwhelmed with a feeling of love and peace. And I felt that today with the unicorn decks as I was shuffling through and making my 3 piles. And it's very interesting because when I'm actually doing the piles and a card flies out, because usually I flick through to get the card selection, right? But if a card flies out, then I take it as that's a message for me. And this actually came out for me today. And look, the tingles went crazy. And I just almost got emotional. Well, I did actually, emotional with a feeling of just pure love energy. So tap into that. That's a message for you. Sorry, it was long-winded, me explaining it, but I just wanted you to know that if you actually tap in and show appreciation for the unicorns and belief in them, because they're ethereal beings and they're of the angelic realm, and you can look back at what are unicorns, what is unicorn energy. There's a timestamp for it. And believe in the magic, okay? They're here to help. They're a 7th dimensional being, and they are very high energy. And when I had that feeling of just pure love come in, wow, it was amazing, okay? So that's the first time that happened to me, and it was today as I was getting ready to do this. So try to connect with the unicorn energy. Now, let's get to the reading. Enough about me. So what I want to say here is there's something happening right now, pile 3, with you possibly where you need to make a decision. You need to make a choice, but you're not feeling real confident about it. And I'm not sure why. I mean, I'm seeing, whenever I see green, I think it's heart chakra. So I don't know if this is, open your heart to love and joy. But what the courage message is telling you, you are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. So there is something that you are entangled in, embroiled in, involved in, all of those things, whatever it is, right now, that you know there needs to be a change that needs to be made, but you're not feeling real confident, I'm going to say, in making that choice. There could be a bit of fear, okay? It may not be a real safe space for you. Oh, which could be why your personal unicorn has come up, right? Just like you're going to call on your guardian angel, angels, unicorns, they work together, all right? Maybe you need to call on your personal unicorn here to just reassure you that you're safe, that you're loved, that it's okay to make this choice, to be confident in it. Because if you're making this choice with an open heart of love and joy, okay, I like the way this is coming together, then there's no need to have fear. It says here, fear is an illusion. We put fear on ourselves. We set fear on and around ourselves. We do it. Well, and other people do it for us as well, you know, just in general, i.e., no, okay, I'm not going to get into that. Okay, I have to say it. I don't like it when people do that, but I was going to say, i.e., the news. Very fear-mongering, okay? So sometimes, not all the time. So, you know, this is really about making a choice. There's something you're going to have to make a choice about that, like I said, is you're feeling a bit fearful about. This is a life choice. And it could be about anything. It could be about job. It could be about moving. It could be about relationship. It could be about stepping out and maybe doing something that's outside of the norm, i.e., like, you know, most people would consider tarot to be outside of the norm. And oracle cards, whatever it is, you need to call upon your unicorn to give you that reassurance and that love. And then you need to get, I like not a swing, right? You need to get off the swing, right? You need to just stop going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth on it and make the decision. And if you're making that decision with an open heart of love and joy, there's no need to have fear in there. That's what I want to say for your message. Okay. And this is going to be different, like I said, for everyone. But I love this. This is just a powerful, reassuring, we've got your back unicorn message. Okay. Let me get the tarot cards here and see what they have to say to go along with this. All three piles have been remarkable. So really, really good today. I'm really happy. Okay, so first out we have Eight of Cups. Oh, all right, yeah, you're walking, whatever this choice is, you're walking away from it. So whether it's something, and it could literally be anything, and it's something that's not serving your highest good, okay? And you're making a decision here to walk away. But you're going to do it again with open heart, love, and joy. And you're going to get off that swing, all right? But yeah, there's something that you need to walk away from, and it's just getting up the courage to do it, okay? That's why courage is your overall energy for the reading. And then we have Page of Cups. Oh, which when you say open your heart to love and joy, and I'm saying make the decision with the open heart of love and joy. And Page of Cups is about that, about your emotions, right? It's about the pages, they're young and they're full of energy and they are bringing in love. So I just think that it complements this card very nicely, meaning, you know what? Take on that Page of Cups energy, that young, youthful, I'm full of love and I'll share it with everyone. And I don't know, I just feel really happy about it anyway. So that kind of, I think, really ties in here with the Pegasus card. Sometimes they tie in with the cards above them. Sometimes, it's another card in the deck. But here we have King of Pentacles. And whenever I get like a 10 or King of Pentacles, depending on the reading and what it's about, I always feel that in this particular case, it's like whatever it is that you're doing, and it says here, set strong boundaries. And with the King of Pentacles, I think strong foundation, right? Strong foundation or strong boundaries, okay? And, he's sitting there quite content with his one big pentacle and his unicorn beside him, and he has boundaries set around him, and he knows what they are, and he's confident in them. And because he's confident in them, it lends way to having a strong foundation. And I think that that's an important message for you too in here somehow. Okay, pile 3. Let's get on. I think that's the main message. This choice that you're making, make it with someone right beside you, behind you, around you, and make it, again, see, pure love, in love, bringing in love energy, but knowing that you do have to make a choice of walking away from something and to not be fearful about it. Fear is an illusion. And to set strong boundaries around whatever it is. Look, she's looking pretty capable here. I always look at whatever the sword or weapon or whatever it is that they have too. Just, she's looking pretty capable. And so is he. So, and it's all this green, I'm going to say, for grounding energy, right? But also heart chakra, but grounding energy too. All right, let's get a couple of oracles here to finish off your reading, pile 3. I really like this. I hope that it's resonating for you. It'll be different for everyone, the story, how it connects to you. I'm also just looking and seeing the butterflies in here too, right? This is a 5. 5 is change, transformation, death and rebirth, being able to walk away from something and building up something on a new strong foundation with courage. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? What else? 7 of clubs or 7 of wands. Yeah, it's time to put the wands down. When I think of the 7 of wands, back to the Rider-Waite, that's what I always go back to. And I just think of, you know, someone who's been standing up and standing up for their beliefs, standing up for themselves in some way, could even be standing up for others. But this is really this is personal. So it's standing up for yourself and always having to, you know, fend off others or somehow feel like you're constantly defending you in whatever way that is, whether it's beliefs, actions, words, whatever it may be. And you're done with that. You're done with that now. You're going to walk away from that energy. You don't need to defend yourself. You need to stand strong in what it is that you believe in. And if you're making choices and decisions from an open heart with love and joy, you don't need to defend yourself or, you don't need to defend yourself about that. Okay, let's get one last card from the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle. I call it the cutesy Oracle deck. Just love it. Love the illustration on it, the artwork. Okay. What else do we have for pile 3? Oh, all souls. Life is meant to be enjoyed. Yes, it is. Not living in fear, okay? But also with this card, I just want to give you what the meaning is here, because each card either has a flower, a plant, something in it. And I'm just trying to see here what it is. Okay, I'm at the book here. Oh, it's a goji berry. Okay, so let's read about that. It's very short and sweet. Sweet and rich, goji berries, plump little red jewels, are considered a superfood. Another name for this little fruit is the wolfberry. They have been used in Chinese medicine for thousands of years to improve liver health. On a metaphysical level, the goji berry encourages longevity, vitality, and youth. Okay, so I love the message here, right? We're talking about youthful here with the Page of Cups. Vitality. You're not living a vital, happy, fulfilled life when you're living in fear, okay? When there's something you need to walk away from and you're not doing it, that's not living a fulfilled, vital existence here on earth. So I think this just ties into the rest of the cards, and it's saying, you know what? Out you go. Out you go with confidence here. Be courageous. You can do this, pile 3. All right, that is your message. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being with me, and I will see you in the next reading.